Okay, the reading for this week is the next part in our series on pre-modern, medieval, early modern, and Meiji period Japanese civilization, culture, society. Today we will be reading selected documents of the Kamakura Bakufu. And as always, I will put the dates of the major Japanese eras in the description below. The Kamakura era, of course, is the era that follows the Heian period. The Heian period is 794 to 1185. Kamakura begins in 1185 and lasts till 1333. And this is the period of the Minamoto Shogunate. Okay, so I will read the introduction to these documents and then excerpts from the documents. And the English translation is from a book called The Kamakura Bakufu, A Study in Documents, published by Jeffrey Mass in 1976. I'll put the link to that book below so you can purchase it and follow along there. Okay, these are the selected documents of the Kamakura Bakufu. Document 14, Document 24, and Document 138. Document 14 is Yoritomo, so Minamoto Yoritomo, settles a dispute over the possession of a Jito Shiki. This is from 1187. Document 24 is the Bakufu confirms a woman as Jito, 1215, and document 138 is the Shugo's authority is described. The Shugo, you will remember that term, we've discussed it earlier. The Shugo is a kind of military governors, and this Shugo eventually evolved into the daimyo in this century, during the Kamakura period, and the daimyos, of course, figured prominently in the Edo period. All right, here's the introduction, and that is on your PDF documents, and I'll provide the link to the PDF file in the description below as well. These PDF files, as always, these PDF worksheets were compiled by somebody at Columbia University, and I'll put the link below. Introduction. With the defeat of the Taira clan, remember the Genpei Wars is the war between the Taira clan and the Minamoto clan. With the defeat of the Taira clan in 1185 and his appointment as shogun by the imperial court in 1192, Minamoto Yoritomo became Japan's de facto military and political leader. And Minamoto Yoritomo was born in 1147 during the Heian period and died in 1199. Although the emperor in Kyoto retained prestige and legitimacy, Yoritomo and his shogunate, the Bakufu, in Kamakura, the city of Kamakura, established mechanisms for ruling Japan within the shell of the dysfunctional imperial state. So, of course, they didn't do away with the imperial system altogether. They ruled, they took power from within that pre-existing system. The most important offices created by Yoritomo were the Jito, the stewards. I'll put links to more information about these two terms below. The Jito, or the stewards, and the Shugo, the military governors, vassals who were appointed to maintain order on estates and in regions across Japan. And the Shugo, as I mentioned just now, eventually evolved into the daimyo. All right, here are the excerpts from these three documents. Document 14. Yoritomo settles dispute over the possession of a Jito Shiki, 1187. Ordered to Taira Michitaka that the false claim of Bingo provincial governor Gon no Kami Takatsune is denied, and that the Jito Shiki of Sonezaki and Sakai Befu's Yukitake Myo within Kii district, Hizen province, is confirmed. Alright, Hizen and Kii will review all the old provinces and their corresponding contemporary modern prefectures in class. Because of the dispute between Takatsune and Michitaka over the aforesaid places, the relative merits of the two parties have been investigated and judged, and Michitaka's case has been found justified. He shall forthwith be confirmed as Jito. However, as concerns the stipulated taxes, the shoto, and the annual rice levy, the nengu, the Jito's authority, following precedent, shall be subject to the orders of the proprietor, the honjo no gechi. It is recorded in Michitaka's documentary evidence, the Shōmon, that originally these places were heike lands. Therefore, in the patterns of confiscated holdings, mokkan, management should proceed accordingly. It is commanded thus: residents shall know this and abide by it. Wherefore this order. Third year of Bunji, 1187 in the Western calendar, 5th month, 9th day. Next is document 24. The Bakufu confirms a woman as Jito from 1215. The chancellery of the shogun's house orders to the residents of 3 go within Nitta Estate, Kozuke Province, Iwamatsu, Shimo, Imai, Tanaka. In accord with the last will, the Yuzuri-jo, of the husband Yoshikane, his widow shall forthwith be Jito. The aforesaid person, in accordance with the will, is appointed to this shiki. As to the fixed annual tax and other services, these shall be paid in accordance with precedent. It is commanded thus. Wherefore this order, 3rd year of Kempo, 1215 in the Western calendar, 3rd month, 22nd day. And the last document here on this PDF worksheet is the Shugo's authority is described from 1199. The 29th day, Koyama Saimon no Jo Tomomasa has been appointed to the Shugo post of Harima province. The housemen of this province are to obey Tomomasa, perform the imperial guard service, and in general show their loyalty. Tomomasa's authority is limited to rebels and murderers. He is not to interfere in provincial administration, kokumu, or judge the suites of the people. Koku is, of course, the kanji for kuni, right? So these are the 68, I think, kuni of this period, right? It doesn't refer to the nation, it's the provinces. So the provincial administration, the word is kokumu, or judge the suits of the people. And he is not under any pretext to cause difficulties for the notables of the province. He has been apprised of these instructions. And then we have 3 study questions. We'll go over these in class. Consider them now as you read through this document, these 3 documents. Question number 1. As outlined in these short documents, what were the duties of Jito and Shugo? How were their powers circumscribed? So again, for those of you who are not native speakers, circumscribed means limited. How are their powers limited, delimited, defined? Question 2. The second document describes the appointment of a woman as Jito. Why do you think this was done? What does this tell you about the responsibilities of a Jito and the qualities which the Bakufu looked for in the holders of these positions? And finally, question 3, what sense do you get of Japanese society in the 12th and early 13th centuries from these documents? So the early Kamakura period, what sort of world do you envision as you read these documents? What insights do they give you into the operations of the Kamakura Bakufu? All right, that's all for now. We'll discuss these and these documents and these questions related to the documents more in class. I will see you then. Goodbye.